Well, we've arrived at our second destination.
Yep, grand is out.
The salt mines, sun shining. Our slot is 2:45, and it's all rush, rush, rush with these tours, isn't it? Huh?
Exactly.
Can't even have time to have anything to eat. But hey ho, I'm sure it won't harm us. And I've got to go on a diet when I get back from the operation anyways, isn't it? Yeah, so.
Speaking guide will enter the historic salt mine as well as visit the exhibition in the underground.
Are you listening to that, everybody?
Tourists who have individual tickets are now
Nothing exciting.
Will descend
wheel.
into the
Huh?
mine, walking
Thing
down
of the
the
wheel.
flight of stairs to the depth
What
of
wheel?
65
Ellen.
Oh no, I'll finish off talking, then I'll turn you around, show you the wheel, whatever that is. It's all one group after another, isn't it, David?
Yes.
Rush, 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 rush and rush. I think the next time if we go, we'll hire a car and just do it ourselves.
You can drive them.
So we're just waiting for our slot. We're just outside of the salt mines. Just bought a fridge magnet. Hehe.
What makes this mine so unique in comparison to other mines of the world? Mainly, it is age. This salt mine was established over 750 years ago, and during that time, this mine still produced salt without interruption. However, since 1996, we ceased to produce salt for commercial purposes because our deficit was already depleted after hundreds of years of exploitation. So what do we do nowadays? Well, first, we have health resorts.
So we've just come 324 steps down into the first chambers.
I suppose while entering this place, we smell something strange here. The scent of salt and wood. And now salt was so expensive for so many years because it has antiseptic properties, it kills bacteria. So in other words, it was used to preserve food from rotting for thousands of years. And this is precisely why it is called white gold. You see, it look more like a rock, more like a stone. Now, this wood is not that old. It's from 30s, from in 1938 it was constructed, but in 300 years, it would be more like a cave. So breathe deeply, and please let me remind you, if we're a smoker, we don't do miracles in here, okay? Maybe except for the guides. And also, this is an interesting side because all guides, literally all guides, advise tourists to taste salt. In this statue, it's clearly made of salt. And as a matter of fact, each and every statue you're going to see today was made only by our miners, not any professional artists. Of course, some of these statues were made for purposes of tourism, that's of course true, but by amateurs, self-taught, our miners. Now, the statue was made of salt, no doubt about that. But how do you think? What was the material we used on the floor beneath our feet? Salt. And this is not a joke. It was all made of salt. And I can tell you that 99% of the cases, the right answer for all my questions today is salt. Now, you can make a small experiment. If you use the lamp of your phone, you can simply put the phone on the floor, turn on the lamp, and then you will see exactly how a deposit really looks like if it's pure. More precisely speaking, salt, look for salt which is white or even better, transparent. Okay? just in front of us, right, is the exposition of salt fashion. In patroness of all salt miners and poets. And in this particular place, I'd like to show you the legend about the discovery of salt. So enjoy.
When a Polish prince called Bolesław proposed to Hungarian Princess Kinga, her father, King Bela, insisted on a traditional dowry. But Kinga came up with another idea. She knew that no rock salt was mined in Poland, and decided to ask her father for a group of salt miners. She wished to find salt in Poland with their help. Without a second thought, the king presented to Kinga an entire salt mine in Hungary. The princess visited the mine on her way to Krakow. She came near the mine shaft and, surprisingly, threw her engagement ring into it. When she arrived to her new country, she requested the miners to look for salt. The result came soon. The miners discovered salt deposits near Krakow that gave Poland centuries-long prosperity. They say that Kinga's engagement ring was found in the first salt lump extracted.
The end. I hope you did enjoy this. I'm going to tell you that second version, so then you can choose which one you prefer. Let's continue. Gas is visible, and in terms of the fire, usually close. So back in the past, when miners used when they used just lamps and bottles of flame, it was dangerous to even think here, not to mention extract salt. So what they do to get rid of the gas is a very dangerous method. If you look just in front, you see that there are people with long torches. They are called penitents, but there was not any kind of a punishment for their crimes. By the contrary, they were highly experienced elderly people who knew how to live there and how to survive, because what they were about to do was extremely dangerous. They needed to burn out the gas. Every one of us remembers snowman, a big block of salt we've seen at the beginning of our journey. Now, to extract snowman, you've got to use chisels, hammers, and pickaxes in the Middle Ages. Then again, you've got to somehow transport it to the surface via shaft. What you required? Of course, transport devices. In this place, I'd like to tell you more about dogs and horses. Now, please take a look at that beautiful dog you see in the middle. Now everyone is looking for a dog. It doesn't exist. This is the name of that cat. It was called a dog because of a certain reason. It emitted a sound that resembled barking dog. And this is why it was called dog. Now about horses. You see, first horse started to work underground already in 16th century. But the last animal, a mare called Barbara, you can call her Wieliczka in Polish, left the mine only in 2002. She served for 12 years underground, and then, which is quite surprising, she lived for another 12 years on the surface. This is a story of happy ending again, so I will tell you even better news. She didn't lose her sight, her vision, because this is not a coal mine. You don't have a problem here with that ash, which damages your vision. So for both horses and miners, this is a very good information. So what happened to Barbara after she died? No. This is not how Barbara did. This is wax, okay? What we notice in this place, firstly, just look behind on the left, you see all the stables. This is a reconstruction of how really stables look like one in the past. Now, horses, unlike miners, never left the mine. They actually stayed there after the work finished, stayed in the stable. What happened to miners? Well, there was just no so-called treadmill, which is you see, horses were required to prepare that device, and only horses could do that because the load that was transported went up the pyramid path. The biggest problem with wooden structures, of course, fire. For instance, the longest lasting fire in the history of our mine occurred in the 17th century. It lasted for 8 months straight. Now, one can ask, why couldn't you do something to stop it earlier? Because of a serious reason. You see, if a fire occurred underground, it was a disaster for everyone.
because miners didn't have any tools, any methods to reach the source of fire. Firstly, they got to reach, the fire, overcoming the deadly smoke, which consists of carbon monoxide, CO. They couldn't see the gas, but they knew it was toxic. So all they could do was just to wait for 8 months. And now, before we leave, they were crippled. But if miner got injured underground, he could be, accepted into the hospital, and he could live the end before he started to work. Also, if you look just to the right, you see long wooden pipes that transport brine. If you still want to taste something in this mine, it's better to taste. Because of crystallization process, you got to clean it all the time. You see, it's quite fast. Are you ready to visit the first chapel? Say there is a kid in every one of us. You should keep your level about this. And please come closer so everyone can leave the time. Liquid dissolves. This is true. Salt is dissolved by water, and moist chandelier made entirely of just a real salt. Now let me show you the chapel of St. Kinga, and I think that alright, before I can tell you more about the chapel of St. Kinga, let me show you the chapel. Now, welcome to Chapel of St. Kinga, officially the greatest underground chapel in Europe, constructed between 1895 and 1963. Everything we are looking at now, literally everything is made of salt, including floor, steps, brasserie, statues.
Everything is made of salt. Very fascinating and beautiful.
Just for minds, self-taught, no professional experience, except this is active church. You get married in here, of course it is expensive.
Still have services in here, and you can get married in here. Very expensive though.
It's very important for us, not only because of its size. This is the second highest chamber of 36 meters high, and that chandelier is officially known as the largest chandelier in our soul. It consists of roughly 2,500 pieces of salt. One may ask, why in here? Well, because in the 19th and 20th century, we got many guests from foreign countries.
Well, David and I's legs were like jelly. Went down all those steps. And you're only getting 5 minutes break here. Crazy. Beautiful place. But they don't give you long enough to film everything, that's the trouble. So we're having our 5 minute break. It is fascinating, everything made of salt and all the statues made of salt, done by the miners. Very good. We don't get long enough at each section to film everything, but I'm trying my best, filming what I can, and I hope you're all going to enjoy it when it comes on YouTube. As David says, it's fascinating stuff, but we can't hear what our guide is saying because he starts before we all get there. The groups are far too big for starters. You keep bringing our own grub. You keep bringing our own grub. The guides should have microphones on them so we can hear what they're saying. I know. It won't have been them wooden stairs either.
Now, this is where we invited our VIPs, let's say, VIPs of all, and kings, princes, and emperors. And all of those people got a chance to take, well, it must have been a great experience because the entire thing took place in darkness. And then in the middle of a tunnel, suddenly lights went on, and mighty orchestra started to play beautiful music exactly where we are. Nowadays, unfortunately, we cannot use the ferry anymore because of restrictions, mainly capacity. The capacity of that ferry equals 600 people. While, for instance, the amount of... And then, gentlemen, please come up close to me because in a moment we'll end up our journey together. Now, because this is the end of our journey together, this dinner was really...
So we're just about at the end of the tour. We've just come to the gift shop. Fascinating stuff. We've only seen 2% of the mine. It goes on for kilometres. And the guide said if you could go in one line for all the kilometres, you would reach Warsaw from Krakow. That's how long it is, but obviously it's different offshoots and everything. Ooh, the Miners Tavern, David. Is it a pub? Do it now. Look at that, guys. Fascinating stuff.